Hello viewers, welcome once again in today's presentation. It is about the family health. And in today's presentation, I bring 6 things about sex, what every couple should know about sex. Point number 1 is that God created sex within the marriage because he is the one who instituted marriage. When you read in Genesis chapter 2 verse 24, a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. Becoming one flesh is more than we imagine. It includes even sexual intimacy and sexual experiences. And therefore, sex within the marriage is holy, it's clean, and it's sacred. Point number 2, outside marriage it is prohibited. God forbids sexual union outside the marriage. Extramarital is forbidden. Genesis chapter 39 verse 7 to 10. Premarital sex in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 18 says, flee from fornication. So it is forbidden. Prostitution is prohibited. 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 15 and 16. And therefore, even prostitution is prohibited. Concubines, mpango wa kando, is also prohibited. And therefore, what we are saying is that all these are outside the marriage, they are prohibited. Homosexuality and lesbianism, it is prohibited. Read the book of Romans chapter 1 verse 26 and 20, up to 28. When men and women turn their body, using them against the natural way, God leave them in their lust. And Bible says, kwa Bible ya Kiswahili, aliwachanisha kwa tamaa zao mbaya. Those are tamaa mbaya. And therefore, this is to mean that all those sex outside marriage is prohibited. Something that you need to know is that number 3 about sex is that sex was created by God for intimate bonding of the couple. Intimate bonding. When you read the book of Songs of Solomon, it's a love song, and there is a verse that I love, Songs of Solomon chapter 4 verse 16. A woman says, weed, let the weed from north and south come and blow in my garden, and so that my garden may produce spices may flow out, so that my husband may comes in my garden and do what? And eat. That's the woman saying. And then the man is saying in Songs of Solomon 5 verse 1, my dear, my sister, my spouse, I have come in my garden. I've taken and eaten the honey with the honeycomb. I have drank the wine and the milk. Yani, he responds. That's the conversation is all about the sexual thing. It's a nice thing. It's a holy thing to bring bonding, intimacy between the husband and the wife. And therefore, it is created for bonding. Let sex be one of the factors that bring you together. Bonding. Number 4, factor number 2. Number 4 is that sexual intimacy is a natural, is a mutual obligations of both of us. Yeah. When you're in the book of 1 Corinthians 7 verse 3 and 5, inasema kwamba mwanaume ampe mkewe haki yake na mke naye ampe mmewe haki yake. So that means that sexual intimacy ni haki ya kila mmoja. It is an obligation ya kila mmoja kuensure mwenzake amekuwa satisfied. Lakini nitaje kitu kimoja, niseme ya kwamba at early stages of marriage sex inakuanga tamu, but mwanamke anapofika menopause, the desire decreases. Those are the changes that occurs as we grow. So a man should understand, yeah, and both of you should understand. But most importantly, you give, mpatie mume wako haki yake na mume naye akupe haki yako. Number 5, jambo la kujua about sex, number 5 is that sexual bonding of a husband and wife illustrate the intimacy that should exist between Christ and his church, between Christ and me. I am the church. So it illustrates the bonding that should be, the commitment that should be between you and your Savior. And the last point that we all need to know about sex, those who are couples, is that sexual intimacy illustrates love commitment between the Savior and me. As much as I love, then I need to know that love commitment is an illustration of how my love towards my God should be. Ephesians chapter 5 verse that 1 and that 2, where Paul says siri hii ni kubwa, ila mimi nazungumzia kuhusu sizungumzii kuhusu mume na mke, nazungumzia kuhusu kanisa na Kristo. So this is a very important to know about sex. And therefore tonight or today I want to encourage you and tells you that you need to know these things so that you may satisfy your partner in that marriage of yours. And if it has problem, you need to sit down and discuss. Marriage is like a flower which needs to be taken care of, which needs to be watered. It's a garden so that it may keeps on producing good scent, producing good smile, yeah, good taste, good picture, yeah. Vile unaona maua hii iko smart kwa sababu someone took an action of taking care of it. That's how our marriage should be. And more so on the sexual matter, we need to do something as couple. May God bless you as you think about this. Thank you.